Hello, and welcome to a Momo Monday here on Robert versus the New York Times crossword. Today we're going to do the Monday, February 12th, 2024 crosswords and go for that 1,445-day streak. So here's your spoiler alert for the Monday mini. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. Mini is always free to play. All right, let's do it. Tower, pal, tap, yoga, vowel, ages, eyes, yo-yo, and nor. All right. What's found alternating in every answer in this grid and every clue? All right, so you got a little bit of a clue stunt here in the mini. It's kind of an interesting mini theme, at least. Alternating consonants and vowels is not really a feat because if you look at crosswords, you'll notice lots of sections have alternating consonants and vowels, or close to it. So for a mini, I think it's quite easy to do it. But what is more interesting is that all of the clues also alternate consonants and vowels. So that seems much harder, but maybe explains why some of the clues are a bit awkward. But amigo mate, that's kind of fun. But waiver or a toy is a bit awkward. And they couldn't make the revealer do it. Would have been better to make the revealer do it. So shame on you, New York Times Games team. Anyway, now for the main event. That's the Monday Daily Grid, which is by Jess, Shulman, and Amie Walker today. Here's your spoiler alert. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. Daily Grid does require a New York Times Games subscription. And go visit Momo on Instagram at momoko.the.shiba. All right, let's see what Jess, Shulman, and Amie Walker have in store for us. Let's get into it. Front's opposite is back. Be adjacent to a butt. When a plane is due is ETA. Mutus included as a coda. Beer barrel's a keg. This is a bone here. Gamma innuendo question mark. Nudge nudge. Big public argument. Beyond big. Some male deer. Okay, as well as and. Mess up as hair. Tousle. Since you've been gone. Gigantic. And scene. Okay, bake things that might get people baked. What gives scotch an earthy flavor? So pot, brownies, and peat. Currency that replaced the mark and peseta is a euro. Got an A plus on his aced. And they, them pronouns. Doesn't matter who is anybody. Tug hard is yank. Gamma innuendo, wink wink. Take home amount is your net. Worked, toiled. Loses traction is skids. Not I is how you respond to the little red hen. Contribute to a kitty is anteed. Novas are exploding stars, and Viola Davis takes in what someone wrote is reads. Surgeon for short. An OR doc. Gamma innuendo. Something you might clear to improve memory, your cache. That's what people tell me anyway. So I hear. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Engrave is etch. Keep cool in a pool, perhaps. Okay, let's go back up here. These ladies are emirs. Actually, just Jessica Biel. Something a digital crossword solver doesn't need. Trails. Open air lobbies are atria. Menial workers. Paper here. Relaxed soldier at ease. Moderate gait for horses at trot. Later dudes. Peace. Strip of mowed grass. Swath. Gamma innuendo. Hint hint. Cover completely. Whoops. Enshroud, probably. Edgar Degas. Catch all categories. Other. Message on a candy heart hug me. Riddles enigma. Cough cough. Furniture store. Here's IKEA. Beat the heat. Membership fees are dues. I don't know which way I'm going. This is Sasha Obama. That's all she wrote. Chop off is lop off. This is probably luau. Fairy tale baddie is an ogre. Shout out to ogre. Professor's degrees are PhDs. Classic pie crust ingredient is lard. Hey oops. Undergarment for a dress is a slip. And this is lace. Alright. So we've got nudge nudge, wink wink, hint hint, cough cough. So reduplicative phrases. all clued with get my innuendo. So nudge, nudge, wink, wink, and hint, hint, definitely, but cough, cough need not be innuendo, I don't think. Although there's something sort of insidery about cough, cough. But I feel like these three are much more get my innuendo than cough, cough. No revealer, but I think no revealer necessary. And of course, these themers make the puzzle easier because if you have any in either half, you have something in the other half. You only need to figure out half of the themers. But I think that's a nice standard little Monday. You could solve it without thinking about the theme. But I think basically if you solve it like that, you will notice the theme pretty quickly. So quick Monday. Let's take a look through this thing. See what we can learn. I do really like peaty scotch. Beech or birch. First proper name here, proper noun, and I think all the crosses are good on Jessica Biel. As a millennial, Jessica Biel was very famous when I was, a teenager and such. And married Justin Timberlake, right? And it was in a bunch of movies. And Seventh Heaven. Anyway, so that proper noun is right in my wheelhouse, but Sasha Obama also pretty famous. I do sometimes forget whether Sasha or Malia is the older one. And so if you see an Obama daughter in the puzzle, you can at least put in the A's. That's nice. Midori Ito, this figure skater. I do like Swedish meatballs. Hug me. Let's make sure it actually is on a candy heart. It is indeed on candy hearts. Almost at Valentine's Day, so which is also Ash Wednesday. Since you've been gone, also firmly in my wheelhouse. So all the pop brownies is kind of fun. All the proper nouns here. I mean, they're also, I think, fairly well known in general, but they're also right in the wheelhouse of a millennial like myself. And this Star Wars clue, which the whole saying is kind of nonsense because all of the, you could say hate leads to anger, anger leads to suffering. Okay, so you could say suffering leads to hate. I mean, it's more than that too, right? Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. But I feel like you could put these in basically any order you want. So it's not really a good saying, I don't think. It's sort of faux wise. I mean, it does have some... Okay, anyway. I didn't know it right away, so... Do people call surgeons OR docs? They are docs in the OR. I feel like ER doc is definitely a thing. Let's see how the two compare. So if you search ER doc, you do immediately get emergency medicine physician. Does Google no longer tell you how many hits you got? That's different. Instead they have this generative AI prompt, which is way worse than a hit counter. And it's just endless scrolling. Let's see how OR doc Googles. Yeah, not as well, huh? Department of Corrections. Yeah, so I don't think OR doc. Neds would have been. Oh no, here it is. IT. No, here it is. Here it actually is. Toiled. So could you make this an E easily? I mean, I think veiled, but we have lace here. And then nev isn't really a thing. Yeah, I think this. It does cross this theme right here, and I don't think OR doc. Let me know. I'm not in medicine. All my friends in medicine. If I said OR doc, would you think? I do have a PhD. What do you think? I don't know what I'm talking about, or is it more insider lingo? It's gonna be just a normal Monday time. 2:30 is what I aim for. Average is 240. To be honest, if I don't talk through each clue, 230 is very doable every week. But you know, my friend Jowan listens to these as he goes to bed, so he should have something to he should hear me talk. Shout out to you, Jowan. So far, everybody has solved faster than their Monday average, and 20% have solved much faster. For me, it's just a tiny little bit faster, but yeah, I think quite normal. Quite normal for a Monday. It might be too early for any of the British puzzles, because it's not quite 7. Let's just check. If it's too early, we'll just do flashback and connections. Yeah. So let's do the New York Times flashback puzzle. And then let's end on connections. Weekly history quiz. Can you sort 8 historical events? Let's try. 1984, the first cell phone costs $4,000, weighs 2 pounds, and has a 30-minute battery. It's an instant hit. I should make this bigger for you to read, right? Okay. Nacho Anaya, a waiter, cooks tortilla chips with cheese and jalapenos for diners. They love it and reportedly ask, what do we call this? It's gotta be before 1984, right? 1940, okay. Didn't know that, but yum, nachos. Men land on the moon for the first time. It's viewed by tens of millions of Americans, one of the few TV events comparable to a modern Super Bowl. That would be July 1969. As the Golden Gate Bridge is built, it needs a color that can stand out in the fog. The Navy suggests black and yellow. An architect picks orange. So surely that must be the late 1800s? Oh no, way closer to Nacho than I thought. 33 to 37. I was just in San Francisco this past week. And I could actually see the Golden Gate Bridge from the Math Institute up there. SL Math. A producer of Mamie Smith's hit song Crazy Blues looks for new singers. His recordings in Bristol, Tennessee help propel a rising genre, country music. Feels like it could be around here, but I think it's probably before 33. That's my guess. 1927. Quite close. After a guard finds tape on a door latch, 5 burglars are arrested at the Watergate Hotel. Their lookout says, "Does that mean I'm out of a job?" Right. So this was, I'm trying to find, so it's, let's see. LBJ was, so JFK was 60 to 63. LBJ was 63 to 68. Nixon was 68 to 72-ish. Then Ford. No, he won a second term. Then it's Carter, and then it's Reagan, 76 to 80. It's got to be after 69. I guess it makes sense. Nixon was still present during the moon landing. Those early. Okay, yeah. Anyway, 72. The 19th Amendment grants millions of U.S. women the right to vote. Some opponents fear women will make child labor illegal. Wow, what a fear. So this is here, I think. 1920. There we go. Ghana achieves independence from Britain. It helps a wave of African states win freedom from European rule. Okay. So I think this is in this era here. I think so. I think 40s, 50s. Wow, this is a tight, not super tough, but a tight flashback. Well, maybe I'll eat my hat here. Edith Ceccarelli is born in California the same year that the Ford Model T debuts. She's now the oldest living person in America. Okay, I think it's here, right? I mean, certainly older than 105 years old. So we've got all 1900s ones today, between 08 and 84. So it's quite a tight range, but all gettable. Oh. You know, I never noticed that there are sort of links to New York Times articles. I did notice the Super Bowl thing and the now oldest living person in America, but I did see that Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs sang Fast Car. Oh, interesting. Companies and people who have replaced their smartphones with analog phones said it made them more productive. Wow. I would say we should try it. I do think cell phone addiction is a legitimate a legitimate concern in this era. Anyway, let's move on to the New York Times connections puzzle. And as we always do, try to make 4 groups of 4 here. Pluto, maybe I should make it actually a bit bigger. Pluto, Dory, Per, Auto, Nemo, Demo, Buzz, Barge, Bureau, America, Scow, Hook, Drone, Sloop, Morgan, Hum. So I see captains. I also see boats. Barge, Scow, Sloop, and Dory, I believe. I do see the Nemo-Dory connection. I think that's, oh, and Buzz as like Pixar characters or something, but a drone, a hum, a purr, and a buzz, those are noises. And then auto, demo, bureau, Pluto. Oh, autocrat, democrat, bureaucrat, plutocrat. All right, so let's go with the crats after this one. Autocrat, democrat, bureaucrat, plutocrat. Happy to figure this one out pretty quickly. Or autocracy, bureaucracy, democracy, plutocracy. And let's go barge, drone, sloop, scow. Then let's, oh, whoops, not drone, Dory. I said that. Then let's go drone, purr, buzz, hum. Very nice. Always happy to have figured out all 4 connections. Sometimes it's harder than other times. Anyway, thanks for watching on this Momo Monday. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you tomorrow for some Tuesday puzzles. See you then.